Hey everybody, my name is Ashley.
I'm Kalen.
And this is Libacious Podcast.
And another podcast to put on the books. To pop it on. To pop it up. To do whatever it is that we do. Whatever it is. You know what it is. That was one thing that one character said in Walking Dead that one time.
What?
When he just kept on saying, "You know what it is. You know what it is." He was having like a psychotic break. He brought his he lost his son, like everybody. Loses everybody, and he lost his wife first, and then he lost his son, and then he just kind of like freaked out. And he was just like, I'm going to cleanse the world of zombies, and just literally just killed every zombie he could find.
That was the goal of the show, so.
I mean, yeah. I don't know where they're at right now, because I stopped watching when Rick got blown up. They keep on saying the final episode.
No, now it's like on the thing, like the series finale.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think they're done.
But then they want to do movies or something.
Yeah, but that's a movie, not the show.
Yeah. I don't know what happened to my voice just now. Like, I was fine earlier, but I've gotten a little bit coarse.
Probably from the talking in the room and packing.
Yeah, maybe. We're almost packed for Vegas. By the time this comes out, we'll have come back, but not yet. And Ashley is falling apart as usual. But anyway, regarding this podcast, you've come to the right place if you're looking for a libacious time. Because this is the Libacious Podcast. And today we are drinking it feels a little bit like the times, within the spirit of this time, this season that we're in. It's a Pomegranate Martini. And it's very actually really good. We've already taken I already took a sip. We already took a sip.
I was waiting.
So
we don't have martini glasses. We didn't go get it, so.
Yeah, we didn't. We all of our like nice glasses are in
ice, but whatever.
We're not doing it right, and all of our nice glasses are in storage. So, cheers to the beers.
The ones who are here. It is good. We're just not doing it right.
Yeah.
Because we can't drink like room temp stuff because we'll get sloshed.
Yeah, we'll drink it way too fast, and
not even fast. I feel like when something's like alcohol is room temperature, I feel like it just hits
different.
Yeah,
do you
harder,
think so?
Faster. Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I feel like I just drink it faster. That's why.
Because you're probably trying to get over it with.
Yeah. Well, I don't care about like room temperature and all that kind of stuff. I'm the one who lets soda sit out so it can be flat, so I can drink it flat.
That's not alcohol, though.
And then also I wait for popcorn to be stale so I can eat it stale.
Still not
which
alcohol.
I haven't done it. But I'm saying, like, it's the same concept.
Okay.
Like, it doesn't gross me out, at least.
You say.
Sometimes it grosses other people out, but no. With the martini, what's up?
I'll tell you after the podcast.
Oh, did I have
No, not your shirt. Something else.
Because this shirt has a hole in it, I think.
Yeah.
But for now, it'll be fine. It'll be okay. We're going to figure it out. I don't know how to sew, but I learned how to sew, like, in 3rd grade, so maybe I can, like, tap into that, that part of my memory to sew something other than a button, because I think that's the only thing they taught us how to sew in my Montessori school.
I made, I think, like, pajama pants or something like that, or shorts.
You made, like, from scratch?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, that's a little bit more than what I did. I just put a button onto a shirt. Or we ripped off a button and then we put it back on to the shirt.
No, they had us like learn how to use the sewing machine.
Oh, a sewing machine?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Oh, so you had like the two separate sides, and then you did the sewing machine on the like the crease.
Mm-hmm. Like we did
Kinda
multiple
thing.
projects every time. Like every time we had class, we do like they taught us how to do different stitches and stuff
Oh, nice. Where was that at?
at my high school
Like in
or 8th grade.
in 8th grade? Nice. Was that like home ec or something like
Mm-hmm.
that? Yeah. We just our home ec was like a bunch of cooking.
Yeah, we did
We
cooking
did,
too.
we did a ton of cooking class. I think actually it felt like it was only cooking. I don't remember doing anything other than cooking. Maybe they had us balance a checkbook once,
We didn't do that.
but yeah, home ec was all like that's where I learned how to bake.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't remember what we cooked, but it was good. It was good.
Yeah, we made something, and the teacher was like cutting up onions, and I was like, "Why are my eyes?" But my eyes were burning, and she was like across the room cutting onions.
You didn't know about the
and
onions?
My eyes were, well, yeah, but she's like completely across the classroom, and I was not. My eyes could not handle it. I was like splashing with water. I was like, "Am I allergic to onions? Are my eyes too sensitive?"
No, she probably didn't cut them the right way. You're supposed to like keep the bottom of the onion right together.
She had
right?
like a big ass bowl of onions.
Oh,
I don't
well
think it
then,
matters.
yeah. It probably doesn't matter.
You weren't there. You're trying to.
I wasn't there. No, I'm just saying. Like,
Didn't we already have this discussion?
well, isn't there?
On Thanksgiving?
Isn't that what we learned in TikTok? The onion cutting like hack.
But it doesn't help.
Where you don't cut one side because that's where
Both sides or whatever.
well
Or
that's
the
yeah
root part or whatever.
yeah because that's where the like
But it doesn't help.
acidic thing releases.
Doesn't help.
No.
You'll still be crying.
Sometimes.
Oof.
It
Go to
feels like it's.
chiropractor.
I don't know if that's huh.
I need to go to a chiropractor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you and me both. No, probably you more because. Is it good to go to a chiropractor with scoliosis though?
I don't know.
I feel like that's something you go into a chiropractor and you're like, hey, I have scoliosis, and then they'll either be like, I can do that, or
But mine is
I don't
like,
wanna risk it.
What's it called? Like minor.
it's mild like minor. Yeah, it's
So
not like
yeah. Exactly.
it's not like an S going up your back.
It's like a little S, like
Or
a
like
little curve.
like a
Yeah, it's
slight
nothing
curve.
like.
It's not like you have a snake going up your back like that.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Exactly.
that's good. That's good. But
That's feel like
I don't know if
aligned. Like I need to like that knot I can't get rid of.
yeah.
I
Yeah,
pop it
like
and it
it's
comes
right there.
back.
Yeah. I feel like my back is just super I didn't close this. I feel like my back, I don't know, like with chiropractors, I went to chiropractors a couple of times. I feel like it's like just kind of like certain relief and then it all just floods back anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if it's like a real thing, or I don't know if they're doing that and it's just like
Temporary fix, you mean?
like maybe yeah, I feel like a chiropractor is just like when you crack your knuckles but for your whole body, like you crack your knuckles but then you're just like, well, I'm gonna have to crack my knuckles like the next day anyway. That kind of thing. So
Yeah, but that one spot I can get.
yeah,
That would really be nice to like have it go away.
I mean there was a time where I'm bringing Mary back up, but I used to Mary used to walk on Jake and my back because she was able to like she could just like walk across our backs and then like that like popped that popped our backs like really great, and that was great, that was good. And I can't do that anymore, but I mean I guess I could like I don't know, there's nothing other there's nothing like that unless you're like I had another friend who like did the chiropractor thing where so she like sat on my back and then she was like breathe in, breathe out, and then she pushed on my back really hard and then that popped my like shoulder blades or whatever. That was okay, but I don't know if that's an advisable course of action for
No, I'd rather not.
you
would,
especially somebody who's
would
not
break
trained.
like my shoulder blades or something.
Oh yeah, no. I think the only thing I could do for you was like a bear hug, and just try to like squeeze, but not hurt you, Just squeeze until I pop to the right place. But I don't know. I'm not going to be liable. Although, at least I'll be able to visit you in the hospital because we're married now. So.
Yeah. Like, don't let him in here. This is his fault.
It's like I put her there, but I gotta go visit her.
No.
I'll give her some extra Jello.
No. I don't want your stinking Jello.
You know what my
It's
Jello?
called abuse.
Do you think they? Because when I went to the hospital, I was diabetic, so they gave me sugar-free everything. But is that normal? Do they give everybody sugar-free Jello?
I don't think so.
No?
I don't think my mom has sugar-free.
No?
No.
I was like...
Well, you're diabetic. What do you expect?
I know. When I was put in the hospital for my diabetes, when I first got diagnosed, I was like, everything was sugar-free, and I was like, this sucks, and I don't want to do any sugar-free anything.
Jello isn't bad.
It's not that bad,
I like it.
But you imagine me being a kid who drank. Well, I was used to sugar and everything. The reason my mom thought it was weird that I before I was diagnosed. The reason she was like something's off was because I was drinking water. I was I used to only drink juice and soda if they let me before that. And then I was drinking gallons of water before they diagnosed me. And then she was like, that's weird. That's weird. He normally doesn't drink water at all. It's always juice. I was like, I'm going to drink whatever I can because my body needs it somehow.
Ouch.
Meanwhile, we're over here drinking pomegranate juice. That I don't know if it has nutrition facts in the back. Hold on, let me read this. Okay, so it's got 15 carbs, so that's good. 14 grams of sugar. It's not too bad. Serving size is 1.5 fluid ounces. Oh, okay, so I think I put a little bit more than 1.5 fluid ounces in our thing.
You always put more.
Sorry for our little chorus of glass here. Yeah, it's a good drink. I think you should try this. Do it with the shaker.
Yeah.
Do all the things.
It might be correct.
It might be incorrect.
No, when we do the video, it might be correct.
Oh yeah. So most of the times we do it beforehand, but this time I didn't watch all the instructions. And see, this is why I do all the instructions, because whenever we're cooking, I always watch recipes, and I look up recipes and I follow them.
But you follow I
follow them to the thing because I don't have the mindset of I'll just remember everything. As soon as I look away from the page, everything's gone.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of those things where it's okay, well, I know I'm supposed to cook the chicken, and I'll cook the chicken, I'll chop it up, and I was I was supposed to season it, that kind of thing.
Well, that should be
that's just me, and I know that about me now. So now I am just you know what, I'd rather not risk it.
Step guide.
Yeah, which
your hand held while cooking.
Yeah, sometimes people need to hold their hands to be held while they're cooking, or else it's not going to turn out right.
I know. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying your hand has to be held.
Yeah, by a recipe at least. I can do most of the stuff. But yeah, I just like to know portions. And usually I'll with seasoning. I've learned now. Mm-hmm. Usually when you're reading the seasoning for on recipes and all the recipe things,
it's the bare minimum. It's bland they do the bare level.
Yeah, so I definitely season a lot more. Mm-hmm. But with anything else, I'm how long do I have to cook this for? How much should the internal temperature be of this chicken? Which I kind of remember. I remember that now. It's 165, I think.
Or you're good at it. It looks fine, but you don't cut it open. Cut it open.
It seems fine.
And then you cut it open, it's still raw. I'm like,
Yeah, no, it happens. Which is why, yeah, I need more. I need to. Well, that's a common sense thing for cooking. But I used to. I'm still learning. I'm still learning the ropes on cooking.
Yeah.
For certain things,
Yeah.
like all I would cook for myself in with what's it called? Like by myself was like I would either buy a bunch of soup, eat a bunch of soup like Campbell's soup, and then or I would do like the little individual like the ramen things or like
The cups.
macaroni cups, or salmon. Because salmon, you just literally like you just have to sear both sides, and you can eat it raw anyway. So if I don't cook it enough, it's still fine to eat. It just has to be.
Yeah.
It just has to be warm for my preference or your preference, actually. Because I could eat salmon raw. I bet.
Gross.
I mean, I like sushi, so
I know.
we're gonna move on from this topic.
Yeah. Raw food got involved.
Raw food, yep. You mean we're not gonna eat sushi in Vegas?
You can eat sushi.
When is this? This is coming out.
The week after Vegas.
So middle of December.
Oh, my neck. Ow.
So we're almost done.
Oh,
We're almost done with the school year.
Yeah.
With the calendar year. I don't know. Did we like? I always like to take this time to like, what's it called? Reflect on everything. The most that I like have seen growth from us, at least this year, is through like the podcast. Mm-hmm. You know, like at the beginning of the year, we didn't have video at all. Mm-hmm. And at the beginning of the year, it kind of was like, which it's interesting because the podcast has always been like a hobby, and it's like it goes in and out of like involvement with it as much. But I think we've definitely at least tried to keep up with social media and stuff like that. We still have a long way to go, you know, like, which is why I understand, like, when I see everything, I'm like, I understand why people have social teams and things like that, because it's a lot. It is a lot to like go into. Where I know, like, a lot of people are like, well, just post everything and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, if you've seen anything that we've posted just, like, on a whim, like, look at what we posted for Thanksgiving. It's kind of hectic. And I kind of feel like I like to do more curated things.
Yeah, you do.
At least for me. But, I guess, I mean, we'll see how our Vegas trip goes. Because we're not really good with social media.
No, we're not.
Which
we gotta get better.
Which is something that I think we should try. Maybe we'll try to improve next year. But like with social media, it's like well, especially when we're somewhere, I feel like we get caught up in the moment, which I mean isn't a bad thing, but it's also like
we lose those memories. Like, not lose them, but we don't have anything to look back on.
Yeah, we can't reminisce on things.
Yeah.
And also, I'm definitely a person who needs to see a photo to kind of reminisce.
Yeah.
You know, because it's like, it's literally out of sight, out of mind. It was like, I feel like there's some trips that I've been on that I have no pictures of, or I've deleted them, or like they were on old phones and I just never transferred them over. I'm like, I don't remember it that much. Like,
Same.
I went to LA. I don't think I took a lot of pictures. I took some videos just so like because I was like the historian when I went there, like for the organization that I was. But I just took establishing shots. I didn't take any pictures like for me. And so now I'm like, I kind of remember LA, but I never really like, it feels like I never really actually went there.
Yeah, we gotta actually try. I mean, I try to like take pictures of, like, random things when we're out when we do something.
Yeah.
Even though it may seem dumb in that moment, but at least we have something to remember.
Yeah, but yeah, and it's also like the last, like I feel like I didn't take any videos of the Young the Giant concert. I got like 4 videos, and that was it. And I'm like, we were at a Young the Giant concert, like our favorite band, and
Yeah,
like
we
I
were
didn't
trying
get
to
any.
like enjoy the moment.
I
That's
wasn't.
something I won't. That one thing I will never forget. That, you know.
Yeah. It is true. Yeah, and it's like I get when people get upset about people like taking videos of like fireworks and things like that. And I'm like, yeah, no, that's nobody wants to see your
I would
fireworks
take pictures of or videos like for like fireworks, but like the people around you. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Like the people that you're with.
Yeah.
Which we should do next year. I think Bolingbrook has like this. The one I told you at the golf club.
Like a country club?
Yeah. I can't think of the word. I knew it was at a golf course. I was like, where is that word?
Wait, so there's
They do fireworks.
The fireworks next year for 4th of July.
Yeah. You can like bring you can't have a grill obviously, but you can bring like your coolers and stuff and sit out all day, and they have food trucks and stuff.
Oh, nice.
And like live bands.
Oh, that's fun.
Mhm.
Make sure you have a designated driver, I guess.
Excuse me. The parking's terrible. I think it's why people just get there really, 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 really early.
Get there early and
yeah, the parking spots.
Yeah. Well, that sounds like fun.
Yeah,
We should do that. We need to do more. I feel like this year has been less events and more, or not events. We've gone to plenty of events, stuff like
We've been
that.
busy,
But I feel like
not as busy as we have been.
Yeah, we used to.
Mm-hmm.
We used to like go somewhere every weekend. Mm-hmm. But I mean, it's also we're out here trying to save money too. Mm-hmm. And like we literally were saving all of our money to go on this trip.
Mm-hmm.
And then now
we have 2 weddings to save for.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and then we have
3 weddings.
And then 3 weddings to save for, and then we have an expensive bachelorette thing to save for as well, as well as also the wedding. Mm-hmm. So it's like time to get on that side hustle.
Right. Ugh.
It's like, do we really have to have 3 jobs between us to afford all this stuff that we want to do?
I think
but
so.
I mean, it can't. I feel like maybe it's gonna be we're gonna have to do that because I mean, until this starts making us money, which I'm never gonna bank on this.
Same.
Because I don't know, like we have to. I feel like a lot of the times, like just listening to podcasts and things like that too, like other podcasts. Mm-hmm. I feel like the only time people make money from it is when it is their full-time job, which. I'm trying to do social media as like a secondary job for this, just to put it up, but then it's also like
it's so much work.
It is, yeah, and it's funny too because it's like I was definitely one of those people who was like, oh, it's not gonna be that much, it's not gonna be that bad. Like all you have to do.
I warned you. I was like, it's a lot, babe. It's a lot.
Yeah.
You're like, we'll see.
Well, yeah, I mean, I was. Yeah, it was like I had that. It's funny too because I have like this burst of work ethic, and then I literally it's like a on and off burnout thing. Mm-hmm. Where it's like literally I'm like, okay, I'm gonna make all the videos that I want in like 2 days. Like I'm gonna edit this video, I'm gonna make snippets, I'm gonna do all this kind of stuff, and then like I get to the end of the week and I'm like I just want to sit down and play video games all day, or I just want to like I'll be on TikTok and it'll be like, oh, it was 3 hours later, I haven't done anything.
That's what I was saying. Like we have to start like blocking off our, like start actually using our calendar, like clear it out, like the ones like we have like the YouTube one, like clear out that stuff and just focus on what we want to do right now, which is see where this can go.
Yeah. And that's the weird thing too, or that's the thing too, is like we always, it's funny because like when we're ready and we have it blocked out and we're prepared, we're like, okay.
Because we burn ourselves out.
Yeah. We get burnt out because we prepare for the podcast. We have our pre-podcast drinks and then we're ready. And then like we get to the moment where like we keep pushing it off until like it's later that day.
Because we want to also relax.
Yeah, and they were like, I just kind of want to hang out. Like, let's just hang out. And I'm like, we can hang out? Well, like, no, it's not even, it's
But
both
that's
of
just
us.
me. Don't say
Yeah, no,
please tell
no,
you
it's both of
me.
us. It's both of us being like, yeah, I kind of just want to hang out. Like, we were going to do this episode, like, in all honestness, we were going to do this episode yesterday. But, like, when we had time, technically. But we were just kind of like, you know what? I just want to, like, hang out with my spouse. And
also, my tooth was still hurting.
And your tooth was hurting,
I can barely, like, I would have been drooling on this camera.
I feel like I need to take some, like, emergency or something like that. Because I feel the throat thing going on. And I feel like I sound kind of, like, it feels like I'm starting to sound, like, stuffy or sick or something like that. Do you hear it?
A little bit.
Yeah.
I think we have some, right? I think it's in the bathroom.
If not, we're going to this store tomorrow, so we'll
okay. We gotta make a little list.
Because I do not want to be. I don't want to be half sick going to Vegas.
Oh,
and then,
on a plane.
Yeah, going on a plane, which will have a mask on the entire time
I meant,
anyway.
Like the pressure of like.
Yeah, I just don't want to be like fighting through a cold.
The entire time.
While we're there, and we're trying to drink, and it's like. I can't do that while I'm sick.
The good thing, like, we're trying to, like, mainly walk around and not, like, get shit-faced. Like, we're mainly going there to explore, and then next time we go there, I think it'll be, like, a rager.
we're scouting out Vegas, this time. I think we've said that before, but,
because next time I want to be in the summer, and obviously me be snatched, because I'm like, I'm really trying, I'm gonna try, no, I am gonna put
your foot down?
Yeah, with myself.
Firm
with my health, like my journey.
Yeah, and I think it's not about
everything. Like something always happens, and it just
because it's the same thing with this. Is like it's not about motivation because we can wait for motivation to do it all day. It's about persistence.
Yeah, and
consistency. Which I mean, we've gotten pretty good
at
hard
when your mental health is like.
Yeah, I mean, it's also we're like in seasonal depression mode right now, or not.
This entire time though, my mental health has been like it's been a roller coaster since I've been with them, and then, like.
That's true.
I lost some weight, and I was like, oh yeah, and then I gained it back what I lost.
Yeah.
And then like a little bit.
But because that was just from. Changing a diet.
No, we're working out consistently. Remember?
Oh yeah, that's right.
And then I got sick.
Yeah.
And then my hip.
Yeah.
And then
something else. It's basically it felt like your body was like rebelling against you, kind of thing.
And then now this time, like I have same people but different coach of those two. And she was just like which I like this about her. She's like, you don't have to do the strength training. She's like, if you're feeling a day, you just like, you want to move your body. She's like, you can do yoga or go walk on the treadmill or
your body.
Just do something, get a YouTube video, on YouTube. It's like, you don't have to do the strength training. We just want you to move your body. I'm like, okay. Well, I'm not gonna say their name, so you know what I mean.
Just
but I was
elevate
like,
that.
I was like, but the other one didn't like say that. She was just like, just work out,
Yeah.
I was like, why did you? Because I felt pressured to do. Because we could have threw on multiple YouTube like 10-15 minute videos,
Yeah, and we had.
Because I got in my head, I'm like, oh, you know what I mean? Like I have to do this, and then I don't feel like doing that right now.
Well, that was the thing. I was like, we can go easy because there was like the times where we were like.
I know, but go easy was me. You going easy was like us picking and choosing what we did out of that list that they gave us.
The list, yeah.
I'm saying like I could have just found a YouTube video and it's like I worked out.
Yeah.
But I didn't do this. That's what I'm saying.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. Because every time I was like, okay, well, let's just do the ones that we feel like doing, and just do it. And you're like, no, I'm gonna do the whole. Like if we're gonna do the.
Yeah, it's like there's no point of half-assing a whole. They're giving you a whole routine.
Yeah. True. But yeah, I was under the mindset that something is better than nothing. But it's like, it is. But no, like I think it is. It's. You can wait for the motivation to hit you, and then, that's how burnout on anything happens. Where you're like, all right, let's figure out. I'm gonna wait until the motivation or the inspiration hits me, and then I'm gonna do it all. Like at once, and then you're just like, okay, I did so much, and like I want to push for more, and then but you're just like, I did like I'm like you get drained, that kind of thing. Whereas like if you're just consistent, which is kind of what I want to do with like drawing and things like that.
Yeah.
Like I kind of just want to just do something every single day, even if it's horrible, even if it's real shitty.
That's why I want to start, because remember when I always bring it up, but before I was consistent. Like I would come home from work at Einstein's, tired as ever. I would be sitting there. I would go and change. I would like go sit, like talk to my parents. I'd be like, okay, get up. I'll put my shoes on purposely. I'm like, all right, you gotta get up. You gotta get up. And I would go to the gym for like, see what I can do in 30 minutes. If you know what I mean, like if you don't feel like staying after 30 minutes, just go. You worked out.
Yeah.
I will stay for like an hour. You know.
Yeah.
Get my full workout in. Now it's just like a struggle to get me to go there, because it's like I knew where I was then. Yeah. It's like I can't keep comparing my old self with myself right now.
Yeah.
Because physically I'm not the same anymore, because you know what I mean, I have like more back problems. You know, I mean, my back, my scoliosis is like a little bit worse.
Right.
And then my hip is one bad move sometimes. I can't.
Yeah.
I'm limping for like the week. So it's
you reach for something and then you like are gone for
So it's like I can't keep comparing myself to who I was then, because it took me time to get to where I was then.
Yeah. I think it's the same thing. I think what we started having a mentality, or at least I brought it up again. Like I always think of this proverb, like when I'm trying to I'm getting overwhelmed.
Sorry.
The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. And I think that's how I think that might be how we should when we're going into this next year. I think that's how we do it. Like we take baby steps for everything, and then if you're listening and you want to come along on the way, we'll do baby steps with social media as well. So we'll try, because we kind of, I feel like the reason we get burnt out is because we're trying to emulate a lot of different there's a lot of different like popular
don't say we
well, no, because because we like, I mean, we have to figure out, like,
I know that, but you get stuck on people who have like millions of followers. We have this discussion all the time, and you're like, oh, we have to do it that way. I'm like, no, because it's there. You know, we got to figure out what we like, because that might not be our flow. You know what I mean? It's like what's the saying? It's like fitting the square peg in the triangle, or whatever the fuck. You know what I mean? The round peg and
the square hole, or something
whatever,
like that, or the square peg in the round hole.
Yeah, it's like that. You know?
Yeah.
And because you see stuff, and then you're like, oh, let's try this. But like when I show you something, it's just because you're editing. I'm like, because you like to edit certain things certain way. You were talking about it. I'm like, oh, this is kind of similar to what you were trying to say. And I'd be like, oh, is what you meant? And you'd be like, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I like when I'm showing you something. It's because you said, I'm thinking about doing this.
Yeah.
And I figure like it's for you because you like your visual. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I'm like, oh, he might want to see that.
I think just getting back to the social media thing, which I don't know if this is interesting to anybody, but if it's not interesting, I guess skip this episode.
All right.
But I just, it's one of those things where it's like I see a lot of people, like I know the like I've been listening to a lot of podcasts. It's weird because I listen to like 3 podcasts in a row, and all of them are basically saying story is everything, like that kind of thing. It's like people want to be involved in your story, that kind of thing. And I feel like people don't really know us. Like we just show little snippets and clippets and things like that of us, but they don't see. I guess, I don't know. I feel like we've talked a lot throughout the entire like podcast. Yeah, but I think
are you talking about that? We were talking about editing. I'm confused.
Well, I'm talking about like the baby steps for going on social media. Like,
just showing
it's got to be like little. Yeah, it's just got
to.
I feel like it's just gonna be like on the like for the podcast. Like I think it's literally just gonna be, because we have an entire like time that we prepare for the podcast, that we don't put anything up. We don't like record ourselves doing that, and we listen to music, and like we're just literally just vibing until we start the podcast. And like I'm sure somebody will be excited to like join us for that or things like that. So I think maybe maybe we can do more. Maybe we can try to do some lives.
Not lives.
You don't think so?
No, just our stories like we did before. I
Okay,
think that'll be
just
good
stories.
enough.
Okay.
Because lives, people can interact, and it's like, because not yet.
Well,
Maybe after we have a bigger following,
I know, but we have to it's the baby steps. You gotta start with the few followers.
Yeah, I guess.
Like whoever is consistent, like I think that's how a lot of people get. I mean, that's not how I'm really bad at making friends online because I'm like kind of closed off in that way. But like I know a lot of people are like, oh, this person consistently types me or like is responding to all of my stuff, and so it's like a back and forth. Like not even if it's a follower, it's just somebody just going back and forth. And that's how sometimes that's how I think Ray, the streamer that I watch, that's how he got some of his employees, because they just were watching him all the time and responding, and then like whenever he they would like draw certain things that he said and then send it to him, and he'd be like, oh, that's cool. And then he was like, hey, you want to be like my art person? And then that's how they became his employee.
Nice.
But I don't know. It is one of those things. It's like I feel like it's a back and forth that we do. We feel like, or at least maybe it's with me, but I'm like, okay, I'm getting too far out there where I'm saying too much about myself. And then I go back, and then I'm like, okay, I'm not going to post anything for a while. And then people are like, okay, well, he's not posting.
Well, social media and anything. Like the podcast are like two separate things. You don't have to post your whole life on your social media. Like,
yeah.
So it's fine to not lay your dirty draws out on Instagram.
Well, that's true. People
listen to our podcast for that.
I think it's a story thing. It's a story thing that we have to figure out, I think. It's like, what is our story, I
think we've been telling for the past year or two.
We have been, yeah.
Instagram is the snippets. It's not the whole story.
What is
Instagram's the snippets, not the whole story.
Yeah.
Podcast is the whole story.
Yeah.
It's to show little pieces of you, not to show your entire self. So stop trying to.
That's true. I guess it's one of those things. It's one of those things. I feel like I say that a lot. I don't know. Yeah, it's me. It's the dual side of everything. I feel like I say too much and I say too little. And I feel like I edit too much, but I'm like, I don't know. I'm not editing enough, but I'm also editing too much, that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. So it's just one of those things is I'm still trying to find that happy medium. And, I know it's been 3 years, but it's I feel like, so have you ever been in a long distance relationship? Mm-hmm. So it feels like the relationship is basically on pause when you're in a long distance. Mm-hmm. I feel like that's how the podcast.
You're both stuck.
Yeah.
You're growing outside the relationship, but when you come together, you're just.
Yeah.
Stagnant.
I feel like that's how the podcast has been for a little bit. It's oh, when we're in it, mm-hmm. we're in it and we're growing the podcast and doing all this kind of stuff. But then there's times where we're I don't feel like recording, or we are forcing a recording. And it's just
that's a normal thing. A lot of podcasters we gotta do it,
Yeah, I know, and it's
the ones that get out are able to force it because they got some money coming out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I'm I feel like with us, it's it's that ebb and flow, mm-hmm. that kind of thing where it's it's been a great few weeks. We're ready to podcast, ready to do all this kind of stuff, and then there's some weeks where it's just well. We pushed it off until the last minute. We got to do it. Mm-hmm. We got to finish this. And
it comes with life because
it's real life.
Because we try to record on Saturdays, mm-hmm. because we usually put it off for so long, but then we have something to do, so we have to do it during the week, which we're tired from work, so it's not and a lot of people, as we said before, who have the podcast is their job, so they can get up early on a Monday and go record, or you know what I mean, or stay
Right.
up late to go record. We can't stay up
Right.
until like 1. You know what I mean?
Right, and we added our little limiter to this too. Also, is like we have a drink that we do every single podcast, which I think is a good gimmick.
Mm-hmm.
Not, I don't know, I wouldn't call it a gimmick, but it's like a good premise.
I mean, it's just
But,
that was our thing when we made the podcast.
Yeah, that's our thing. You always have to have a thing with the podcast. Yeah.
So that's our thing.
But yeah, no, I don't know. I think the if we're talking about like goals for next year, I think laser focusing on what we want for the podcast, who we want to listen to the podcast, not as in like excluding people, but like laser focusing on on the people who listen right now, you know, and like keeping people in. But yeah, I don't know. It's one of those, engagement. Yes, exactly. But yeah, I don't know. This is this podcast episode.
It was venting.
I guess it's kind of venting after.
We're not focusing on the podcast next year. I'm focused on myself.
Okay.
Alongside.
Okay. Well, yeah, we can do that.
I'm important.
Yeah, you are. And we'll do that. Well, yeah, we'll focus on you, and like I've been kind of doing now. I can take over the podcast.
No, I'm gonna start picking up Slack again. I'm doing social media. I'll try.
Yeah.
To start again.
Yeah, but I'm saying like if that gets in the way, like obviously this is our hobby, and if we need to take a break from it, it's not like we have commitments to anyone other than ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
So if we need to take a break, then we'll let people know that we're taking a break, taking a little siesta. But yeah, no, if we need to take a break, we need to take a break, and I'm sure. I mean, it seems like from what I've been looking at, because you know how I always look at the stats and all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
People don't listen to it the day that it comes out.
Mm-mm.
Like it's whenever somebody has time, they listen to a cluster of episodes, or they listen through a few parts of a cluster of episodes, which which is fine. It's like we're talking for like a whole hour. I can't expect people to just be like, all right, let me just sit down and listen to a whole hour of like two people just kind of like speak their mind, that kind of thing.
No, we get through an hour because we can listen to it while we're working.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, which I expect that's probably what people are doing, or they're like listening to it on a long drive or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's interesting too though, because like we've been doing this with like little to no feedback on anything.
Yeah.
So like we don't really know how
What's
long
going
people
on.
even want episodes. Like we could definitely do 30-minute episodes. Like that would be super easy to do.
Mm-hmm. I guess we put on Spotify like a question.
Yeah.
An Anchor.
Yeah. I guess we can do that.
Or we can test it out when like 2 weeks to see.
Yeah, we'll start.
Because then if we could do shorter episodes, then we could go back to probably weekly.
That's true. Yeah. Yeah. And I can definitely, that'll be a lot easier for me to edit.
Mm-hmm. We're talking shop with
yeah.
listeners.
Yeah, who's ever made it this far,
Right.
You definitely know. Like if you've made it this far,
Thanks.
and thank you, and you can do a little typey type thing. Definitely just let us know like how we can improve this podcast, because I don't know, like we've been doing this for 3 years at this point.
Mm-hmm.
And
I don't count like the beginning. Oh, the beginning was
2020.
consistent. Yeah, because it was my health was like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, there was that whole thing that happened.
Yeah, so we did one, we took off time. We did one, we took off time because my health was not great.
Yeah.
So.
But
can't really count that.
I guess yeah. If you give us a comment and say more consistency, then sorry, but we can't promise you anything.
All right. We can. We're ready to like stockpile.
We are trying to stockpile our stuff, which is one of the reasons we're doing this right now, actually. Yeah, no, I think definitely, I think we definitely need more feedback. And like, I know it's one of those things where it's like, it is a two-way streak or street.
Yeah.
A two-way street, and we don't really ask questions or stuff like that as much as we probably should. Or like even do more feedback, like post up for asking feedback. So I think we'll try to do that. We'll try to figure out, we'll put more posts up. Just also we're gonna try to do more, like if you follow us on TikTok, I think we're gonna try to do more just like random off the cuff, like just hanging out videos.
I've been asking.
Yeah, but we don't, like, we just have to like take out our phones and do it.
I know that.
Yeah.
I was just saying. Gosh.
And every time I think to do it, we're like in bed. You have your hair wrapped, and you're like, I don't want to be. You know, I want to. Yeah, like I don't want to be seen.
I mean, I'm fine to a certain extent. Like again, you know, like you know, but you be trying to get me all up in the camera. I be looking busty, crusty, ready for bed.
Yeah.
My eyes are like barely. My eyes are barely open. You're like.
That's the only time I think of it.
Oh.
That's the only time I think of it.
Let me tell you about
But we're definitely gonna be more.
Let me tell you something.
We're gonna definitely be more than a clip show for the TikTok and also Instagram, because we're running out of clips, to be honest, and we only have so many days left of our clips before I have to go in and start chopping stuff up again. But you know, I think thank you for coming this far with us. I know it's been a lot of kind of talking shop and things like that, but I hope that if you're listening this far, you can actually come along with us and help us. Like maybe this is you getting in on the ground floor, and you get to be part of something that I don't know, you could help grow yourself. So thanks.
Yes, thanks. All right.
I think it's time to wrap it up. I think we can do it.
I always forget because it'd be so long in between. Thanks for listening.
Yep.
Right? I'll share with your thanks for listening. Share with your friends, family, everybody, please. Comment, rate, and subscribe.
Yes, so you know when the next one is coming out.
We are on all the, what I'd say, like the popular
where you get your podcast. Yeah. Like if you're if you're not listening to this on your favorite podcast, I'm sorry if we're not there, but
right, you're losing out. But anyways,
you can listen to wherever you're listening right now. Yeah,
Anchor's the easiest.
Anchor, yeah. I mean, Spotify is also a really easy one too. Yeah. I think a lot of people have Spotify.
Please rate, and subscribe, and we'll talk to you next time. Bye.